here we go. Here's the Chase savings account, okay? On Bing, of course, not Google, but I think just as good. It says the account name here, you know, here's your interest rate, here's your APY, here's your minimum deposit, right? And it says Chase savings is 0.01%. Your APY is 0.01. Now, if you have up to $10,000, which means you have to leave $10,000 in that account, which means it's fucking dead. If you go below $10,000 at any time, you will drop down to the bottom end. If you do that, you get an extra 0.01%. That's awesome, ain't it? No, that's a load of shit. Then you get a premier relationship of $10,000 to $25,000. You get the same amount as if you had $10,000 into it. But wait, it gets better. If you have a premier relationship, okay, of $25,000 to $50,000, you still get 0.02%. You see where I'm going with this? And it's only until you get the $250,000 mark do you get 0.05%. What the fuck? Why would you do that? When we can go over here to E-Trade and I can put $1,000 into this joker, and they told me I didn't have to put in but $500, and I get 0.05%. But Chad, how's that possible? Isn't E-Trade a smaller bank than Chase? Well, E-Trade doesn't have the brick and mortar situation. They don't have all these employees and money sitting, you know, right here where, you know, they have to deal with moving it around, dealing with the Federal Reserve, blah, 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 because it's all electronic. And believe you me, when you take your lump of cash into Chase and you drop it on the counter and they, you know, count through it, you know, that hourly employee counts through it, and then they give you a little blue certificate and they say, thank you for shopping Chase, have a wonderful day. Well, that costs money, that person does, okay? So then, you know, they walk it over there and they throw it into the bank. You know, you can just almost see the Scrooge McDuck swimming into the bank, you know, and all the cash, you know. And at the end of the day, or the next morning, somebody comes and picks all that up, and what happens to it? It becomes digitized. Just like E-Trade. E-Trade too is digitized. Only you skipped the whole point and you gained 0.05% immediately, not $250,000 in their bank account. I put 1,000 in, I get 0.05. Why wouldn't everybody do that, Chad? I don't know. But if you're going to set up an E-Trade, you may as well set up an account there as well. Go ahead and put you in, get some money in there and start moving money around. Well, Chad, how do I get that in there? Well, let me show you how easy it is. So we go over here and we do this thing called transfer money. We're going to blur all this out, so don't get crazy. And you're going to, where do I get it from? Well, here's your external funding accounts. And you can add an account. So let's add an account, okay? Securely add account, okay? Now they're gonna confirm my identity, yada, yada, yada. And then they're gonna come back and they're gonna wanna know, where do I get this money from? And I'm gonna pick up my little check and I'm gonna give them the routing and the account number. And then in a day or so, they're gonna let me know that that money, those two accounts are linked, and then we're gonna start moving money. And then we're gonna go up here and we're gonna transfer from my personal, where do I wanna move it to? Here's the max checking that we've already set up, remember? We move it to the max checking, and let's say we've got $11,000 over there drawing 0.01%. Well, why couldn't we move $10,000 over to E-Trade, which is FDIC insured, which means if everything goes to shit, you will get your deposit back, okay? Up to a certain amount, which is around $1 million. You're gonna put your $10,000 here, you're gonna tell it when, and you're gonna tell it how often, okay? I'm gonna do it once, okay? And I'm gonna hit preview transfer, and it's gonna tell me everything going on. But let's just say that instead of moving it once, maybe we go back in and we put $200 And we move it in every week, every 2 weeks, every month, every year. It's just that simple. Set it, forget it, it's done. And then you'll be able to look on your little bank account and you'll tell yourself, hey, here's my transfer to E-Trade. Great, love it. It's just that simple. And then you too can be earning 0.05 instead of Chase's 0.01. That's 5 times your money. Who doesn't like 5 times their money? If you got questions about that, hit me up down below, let me know. And I'm getting a lot of emails and there's a lot of questions about this, so we're shooting a lot of videos about it. Hit me up down below, share it out, and just remember, don't leave that fucking money sitting in that bank making no interest. Make it work for you, don't let it work for them. All right, have a good day. See ya.